I'm going to be talking about 20 acres in Okanogan County, Washington. My name is McLaughlin here at Wilco Land. In this video, I'm going to break down what we're selling in this property. I'll walk through some of the photos. I'll talk about how you can access this piece of land. I'll talk about the location. This is a fun part of the country to work in. I do like working up here. We've done quite a few land deals. It's north of Chelan, pretty close to the Canadian border. It's just on the east side of the North Cascade Range. So what's really nice about this area is you are surrounded by a ton of public access points for recreation, and you're just on the east side of the North Cascade Range, so you're not paying that heavy price tag. Land becomes pretty affordable up here, and it's still a really cool untapped part of the country. So in the video, I'll help you understand what we're selling right here. From the comfort of your home, from watching this video, through my own due diligence and through my 10 plus years experience in the industry working with land investments. So just kicking this off with a quick disclaimer. This is not legal advice. It's not real estate advice. I'm simply sharing my thoughts and opinions on this property with you here today through my own due diligence and my own experience in the industry. So, hopefully this video helps you understand what we're selling, especially if it's somebody who's going to be buying sight unseen. Our photographer did a good job of capturing the area, capturing what that road looks like. Again, I'll talk to you about access. I'll talk to you about my favorite tool I use to go visit properties like this, all that good stuff. Let's kind of go through what we're looking at here, getting through some of these photos. Fun area, a lot of lakes in this neck of the woods, a lot of hunting opportunities, a lot of hiking and recreational opportunities, things like that. So kind of clicking through this listing, you can see the road pretty good from this aerial up here. This gives us a pretty good depiction of the property actually down here, and I'm going to pull it up on satellite imagery here in a second too. So getting through some of these photos, plenty of space to park a camper. When I think target audience out here, I'm thinking somebody who's going to park a camper, somebody who's going to use this property for recreation, maybe just a long-term land investment, maybe even building a cabin. So your neighbors have built out here, right? So we know that's possible, right? Building out here, developing out here is possible. Even just parking your camper, putting a yurt out here. A lot of people are getting really creative with how they use these land deals. There's an access road to the north end, and it looks like there's an access road that touches the southeast corner too. So coming in from down here, and you should be able to access this point right here too. Talking about topography and stuff, really there's not much slope to the property, right? It's pretty gently sloped if we look at it this way. You've got a nice grove of trees, you've got some nice views over here, some good privacy up here. So there is some good topography in the area that adds to this property. And you're coming off this main road right here to access. This looks like an access point right here. You might even be able to access coming in from right here. Just depends on where all the private land ownership is, but there's a highway right here. No street views available. So this is a pretty straightforward land investment. I won't get too deep into it. Here's another potential access route coming off. This is Ellingham Mountain Road, and then you'd come up high and come access from right there. Then again, you've got this access road that kind of tapers out. You could even come up through this road, come up around here. You can drop down south into the southeast corner. And it does look like I said there's an access road coming in from over here. This is that same road actually that loops around. Then you go to Circle R Road right here, and Circle R Road continues down this way. Again, you can probably cross here and access that north side too, but there are multiple access routes into this property. My favorite app that I like to use for land investing or to view these properties is just using Onyx Hunt right here. Before I do that, I'll give you a quick aerial view of the property. Like I said, here's the North Cascade Range. Just on the east side of that in Oroville, you've got a lot of lakes in the area, a lot of hunting opportunities, a lot of hiking opportunities, a really affordable market, yet still really close to world-class recreation and in a much more affordable area than you're going to get down here in Chelan area, right? So like I said, just north of Brewster and Chelan here in Okanogan County. My favorite app for land viewings is going to be Onyx Maps. I have a blog on the website talking about how to use Onyx Maps. For those of you interested in that, this property, we did buy it from the neighboring landowner. So imagine this property basically on Onyx, it's not updated. So imagine this property basically going like this, right? This is the 20 acre that we're selling right here, outlined right there. So that's at 20 acre. Again, we bought that property from the neighboring adjacent landowner. So I do think your best access is taking Circle R Road all the way down to the southeast corner of the property right here like that. You could bring your driveway in over here. So again, I don't know if there's an easement on paper that allows you to, essentially access this northern section. So, I don't know if that's an easement. I don't think I have anything documenting this easement that you can talk to your neighbors. They surely might, be fine with you using that road, but Going back to access, I think your main access route is going to be getting onto Circle R Road and getting to the southeast corner. So this is a denoted road here. It's Circle R Road. This is where your access point is coming in right here from Ellingham Mountain Road. Off this main road, you're going to come down around here and you're going to hop on Circle R Road, which looks like a beautiful drive, really, through this canyon. Circle R Road, these properties all have access via this Circle R Road. So that's how you're going to get to the southeast corner of the property. Like I said, fun place for recreation, long-term land investment if you believe in the market, which I do. I'm very bullish on land as an asset. We get a lot of people that are just investing. Other uses out here, yurts, campers, building a cabin, tiny home, full-time homesteading, things like that. So how I got to the location of the property, all I'm doing is copying and pasting these GPS coordinates. I'm plugging them into Google Maps, Google Earth, Onyx Hunt, apps like that. If you're interested in reading more about the listing, you're welcome to go through our listing description here. Here's the parcel ID, here's a county. You can read more about the zoning on the zoning website like that, and read more about that. So like I said, you're out in the boonies out here. There's gonna be a lot allowed in Okanogan County. This is a fun property to work with. You know, these are kind of bread and butter listings. A lot of people are looking for 20 acres out in the woods to homestead, camp, hunt, things like that. So thanks for tuning in. That's all I really have to share on this piece of land. You can find more land investments on our website. We've got some property out there in Washington, Idaho, Montana, places like that. So take a peek at the website. This is a really good deal we're running. We're running some year-end sale pricing right now. That's a smoking deal just outside of Yakima, outside of Natchez, Washington, pretty close to Highway 12 there. 60 acres for 45 if you're interested in that. That's a really, really good deal that we're offering right there with some of this year-end pricing. Thanks for tuning in, and that's really all I have to share. Give us a call at 605-299-5553 if you have any questions.